Greetings, fellow metallurgists, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Reus 2, Episode 5, Iron Age Taiga. Okay, there we go. This now has a prosperity of 10, fulfilling neutral village's request, giving us another draft charge. So they are all tied at 1. Where do we invest? It's up to you. Lovers of the rainforest. All right. So we can pick the capybara, the hemp, or the jade. They're all tier 2s, so they're not going to help me in this next era. Capybara is for food, hemp is for science, and jade is for gold. And specifically, the only one settled in the rainforest is the botanist, who's about food and science. So one of the food and science is probably the more important of the than jade, less important. And I'm gonna say hemp wins by a little bit. Okay. Instead of advancing to the next era, I'm gonna spend some points to give me a little bit more Eon time. And also maybe buy the first microcharge, so I can demonstrate microcharges. Additionally, Fernberg, because I fulfilled their tier 1 request, can now develop something new. So, Fernberg is the botanist, that's food and science, and I could either get the woodcutter for science from trees, the herbalist from science from undergrowth. I already have 2 of the 3 trees. I have 0 out of the 3 undergrowth. I have 0 out of the 4 undergrowth farm, and I have 0 out of the 3 ocean plants. So I got no progress towards anything but woodcutting, and you guys chose woodcutting as a result, which I think makes sense. Now Fernberg is already benefiting, so I'm gonna try in like 2 turns to try to get the botanist up to combined tech and pop of 12 by adding 1 plant. So that's pretty easy to do. So here I have a fir tree and a Rhadamant tree. So I'm gonna add the banana tree here, which will help with pop. And then also the extra tree maxed out the woodcutter, and that just triggered the city request to be done. Sweet. Another draft charge. So don't vote for 1, it's locked. So 2 is ocean or 3 is taiga. Alright, taiga. So here are the choices. We have Larix, which is a science tree. We have the Arctic Wolf, which is a gold or a wealth animal, and then a wealth gem. And then the cohorts is Peat, which is biodiversity and science. Food animal for the taiga, and cardinal wealth animal for the taiga. I already have the skunk, so nephrite, which would be wealth gem, and then the tourmaline unlocks caribou, which is food for the taiga, labradorite, which is wealth for the taiga gem, and then snowshoe hare, which is food and wealth animal for the taiga. They're all tier 2, yes. Alright, you guys are choosing Larix. Alright, let's see if I can't fulfill Inventors Towns 2. I only have 1 turn left. So it's actually kind of impossible because I need 8 unique biotica within the borders. It's not, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make a single move to gain 3 pop limit to be able to buy another Eon charge. That's unlikely. Especially given that we're in the Taiga. So I'll put something down. But I'm not going to be able to fulfill that request before Eon end. Yeah, especially there's like no food bonus. I'm just thinking it over. Maybe I'll just put a red-backed vole here as my last move. Can I not save it for the last round? I could. There's not a huge advantage to saving stuff, though. You might as well just progress as much as you can. So if you take a look at the ruggedness, the bonus bottom of the chain used up one of the ruggedness because I put a food-based animal, but it did increase the biodiversity. So I traded biodiversity for ruggedness. Generally, most of the bonuses for ruggedness max out at like 7 or 8. Like, the copper maxes out at 8. So as long as this number stays above 8, which currently it's 10, it'll be fine. Alright, so that era is done. So, I have the Calm era. I'll have you guys pick the era. The Calm era, which is the easy one, where it's just like, do prosperity. I've got the Iron Age, which is for minerals and technology. I've got the Philosophy, which I've already done. I already have it 3-starred. I'll still include it if you guys want it, but I've already completed it. The Monument Age, and the Neolithic Revolution, which I've already done as well. So the ones I haven't done is 1, 2, and 4. I've done 3 and 5. So 1 is Calm, 2 is Iron, 3 is Philosophy, 4 is Monument, and 5 is Neolithic Revolution. Most attuned to my leaders would be the Iron Age, which is technology-based, because my leaders are more technology-based than they are wealth-based. The Monument Age requires me to go after wealth, and then prosperity, whereas the Iron Age requires me to go after technology and minerals, technology and science, and prosperity. And it seems like you guys want to enter the Iron Age, so let's do it. Alright. As a result, Lushwood Stables just gained the Great Forge. So it is extra science for minerals within the borders. A lot of extra science. Okay, so let's go to the Inventor Town. And it wants 1 more unique biotica within the borders. So let's add just 1 more unique biotica. That seems pretty easy. So I don't have carrots, but that would reduce its ruggedness. And it gets a bonus from adjacent plant biotica, which there aren't any, so maybe not that. The Stoats is for gold, but the Inventor doesn't really care about gold. So maybe... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make some bigger changes. So I think what I'm gonna... no. What I could do is put down... I could put down tin here, and then put a plant just in the jungle. Or put down iron. So iron is an interesting element, which is if it's adjacent to other iron, it runs a penalty. But I gain extra science for each iron in the biome. and it is available for all land biomes, so it would be all taiga. So iron's maybe not a bad choice, but iron, given that it doesn't want to be adjacent, might be best swapped with the, this stone, perhaps. And then to put stone over here. Because you want to essentially isolate your iron. Because if it's not isolated, then it runs a bunch of penalties. Alright, there we go. Whoa, okay. We just completed the Iron Age with those 2 moves. Yeah, I'm joking. But yeah, that's because in that 1 move, we gained enough science for the Great Forge and had technology on the planet, and then also had our prosperity for the entire planet over 80. We're at 93. So, boom, done. I'll start chasing down the other city requests, but before I do that, let me show micros for the first time. And I'm going to unlock the micros for... Actually, I'm going to have you guys choose. So I can either unlock the micros for... So let me explain them before I put up the poll, so that you're not encouraged to vote without knowing what you're voting on. So the micros are bonuses that you can modify any of the aboticum that you've already placed. And... you will get random bonuses for your giants. So for instance, if I unlocked micros for my swamp giant, which was option number 1, I would get some random bonuses, and the signature one that I'm being offered is 7% science for each distinct adjacent animal. So if I put it on, like, let's say this copper, it has like 2 adjacent animals, so it might get like a whole bunch of bonuses. The micro charge for the second choice, which is ocean, is food for each fish or critter. And then the micro charge and other bonuses as well. You get a bunch of random ones as well. And then the micro charge for the taiga, which is option number 3, is 25% food, science, and wealth for each adjacent biodicum that has a base science. So basically, it's really good to use in a big field of science. So like around here would be big. So you guys can choose the microcharges that I go for. So again, 1 is the swamp or rainforest, 2 is the ocean or critter, and 3 is the taiga or stone. Diplomat Town's city request is actually pretty hard to fulfill. It wants a prosperity of 40, which is doubling its current prosperity, and then have the other 2 cities at 25. Only one of the cities at 25, which is Lushwood Stables, which happens to be sitting at 52. So Lushwood Stables meets that requirement, but Fernwood, or whatever it's called, does not. Fernberg, sorry. And you guys want the microcharge of the giant. Alright, so I'll show you how this works. So now I've spent my microcharge, which was this little blue dot here. I gained the woolly moth caterpillar. I gained the centipede, which is a... So the woolly moth caterpillar is a signature one that I was guaranteed. So that's 25% of everything for each adjacent base science yield. So like this fir tree has a lot of adjacent science yield. But what it could do is think about using it elsewhere where I need to start advancing things. Yeah, but honestly, it's really best used here. So I'm just going to use it on like this fir tree to show you what it looks like. Or actually, I'm going to use it on the tin. That'd be even better. Because the tin has a higher base. You know what? I'm going to switch the copper and the tin around, which costs some Eon points, but I think it will be a net benefit. So that the copper has more adjacent science stuff. And then here is that microcharge. Now that I think about it, the no, I want to use it. Okay. There we go. I don't necessarily need to play meta. So here we go. The woolly mammoth caterpillar now has 3 out of 3. Let me hide the overlay so you can read it a bit better. 3 out of 3 bonus for it because it's adjacent to 3 other science for a 75% bonus to the food, wealth, and science. So the output of this copper has gone from 140 to 215. It's a pretty big change. And then the other microcharges I have here is 25% science, 100% of everything on a plant, and 4 mystery on anything. So 100% on a plant is pretty huge. That would be really good to put on the banana plant. And then for Fernberg to focus on boosting those bananas. So those bananas become the quite the breadbasket for Fernberg, raising Fernberg's prosperity up to meet diplomat town's requirements. Alright, Fernberg is now at 26. But you can see the huge bonus for the bananas. I'm actually just going to max it out for funsies. Let's put, I'll put a duplicate tree over here. Just to show you how much bonus the microchargers can offer. So now these bananas are producing 140 food. Because the ladybugs are kind of like doubling it, more or less. It's a lot. Okay. Diplomat Town. So Diplomat Town itself only has prosperity of 20, so I need to raise that to 40, and that's going to be my city request that I try to fulfill. So there's a multi-booster here. So it'd be really good if I put something here that was high yield. But I don't yet have the ability to upgrade slots, so it has to be something tier 1. So what? Skunks probably would be pretty good in there. But it wouldn't be lost, so maybe not skunks. Copper would be powerful in there. Very powerful in there. So getting my biome diversity up to 7 so I can put copper in this spot would be great. So I'm going to focus on biodiversity as a result. So I'll put tin here. I'll put iron here. So we can get more iron bonuses. Biodiversity is now at 3. If this is next to an undergrowth, it gets an extra biodiversity. So I'll put one down and then put something undergrowth next to it, like carrots. Carrots are going to hurt the ruggedness, but it's going to benefit the biodiversity. Is there anything else undergrowth that I can put in? No, I think the only undergrowth I have is carrots. Yep. And I have a draft charge. I'm gonna just pick this one. I'll pick ocean. And I'm gonna re-roll for the first time ever. And go with mud volcanoes. Alright, thinking about how to improve this biodiversity now. I have got fir trees, tin, iron. I could do agate and stone. So I'll do stone here. And then skunks. Oh no, there, biodiversity 7. Good. So then we'll put that huge copper here. And then boost it with the microcharge. So now this copper is racking in 215 science. And that should allow ash pines to hit their 40 prosperity, or at least get pretty close to it. 38, 39. Yep, it's going to hit 40. Boom. So you can see, planning around trying to min-max a specific tile with a really powerful Bodicum can really help to advance your goals. Because that's what I did. I was like, all right, I really want something impactful in this boosted slot. So then I put down something that was really high base output and then boosted it even more with a microcharge. All right. So Ash Pines, you were doing okay at 52 prosperity. Draft charge. I'm going to pick Taiga. I'm just going to start picking these now. So this is an undergrowth plant, but it's food. This is also undergrowth. So unlocking the potato also unlocks the blue bead, which allows us to not hurt the ruggedness. Tourmaline is a tier 2, which unlocks animals for the taiga. Arctic wolf unlocks nephrite. I kind of like the potatoes only because it unlocks a plant, which is also undergrowth, which is uncommon for taiga. So that's my choice. I'm going to try to extend this area a little bit so I have more turns. And then attempt to fulfill the Botanist Town's requirements of a combined pop and tech of 35. So they've started to spread into this taiga here. It's, let's see, for mystery, it turns mystery into food and tech. Oh, that's perfect. So I can just drop this butterfly anywhere. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to drop the butterfly on the papaya tree here. Because I know I'm going to want fruit adjacent to the, or plants adjacent to the banana. So I'll just add extra mystery to here. And that doesn't even really take Eon points, so that's a nice move. Now over here, I want to develop these two tiles effectively. We also have the Botanist emblem, which is 5 food and 5 science for each distinct plant within the borders. And I'm going to put that on the jungle... I'll put that on the Rhadamant tree, because I'll probably not remove that either. So that was a microcharge that I had. So one of the really good uses for microcharges is to tip the scales a little bit in your favor, trying to earn something special. So I made some pretty good progress without even taking a real Eon spending turn to try to benefit the Botanist Town. So now I'm up to 30 out of 35. I don't know if I can do it in the time allotted, but we'll see. So anything that adds pop and technology. So in the taiga, for population... It's going to be hard, yeah. There's not much choices to be made here. Tin wouldn't be unique in here. Oh, you know, iron would be good. So I have iron here. I'll put an iron... I'd like to put 2 irons, so maybe I'll put an iron where this carrot is. And then to have the adjacency bonus for the peat, I'll put the blue bead here instead. Because this peat just lost its biodiversity bonus. And then the biodiversity of these just got... Oh no, these 2 irons are adjacent to one another. Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to correct that. So, let's see. Iron and iron, so maybe move the tin around. Tin wants to be next to a plant, so if I put... Tin here wouldn't be next to a plant, unfortunately. Maybe we'll put iron here where the fir tree is. Right. I'm definitely not going to do it this round because I made some critical errors. Alright, so I fixed the biodiversity problem from the adjacent iron, which is good. And then I can put the last iron of the 3 here, which will add a lot of technology to Fernberg, raising Botanist Town up, but I spent a lot of points prepping for that. So now you can see the abundant iron adds 30 here. It's something, but I don't think it's going to get me up to the 35 mark, because that's pretty far away and I only have 1 turn left. Got me up to 32? Yeah. Perhaps the last thing I do over here is... The rooster produces more food if there's higher biodiversity. So I could put, like, something new in this. Also, this... Oh, no, it's already maxed. Never mind. So I'll just put a guinea pig. I don't have any guinea pigs in this rainforest. Raises the biodiversity a little bit, which is working towards the 6 bio booster for the jungle fowl. So there we go. I got most of the way there, but not all the way there. At least it's a 3-star Iron Age. Actually, no, I have 1 more Eon limit. So I'll buy it and just push. I'm gonna do Pit Viper. There we go. So putting the Pit Viper there encouraged Fernberg to spread out to this map tile, which this obviously makes wealth, so it's not going to help Botanist Town with their population or technology, but they will at least... this has synergy with the guinea pig, and they're annexing the tile right now. I'm just waiting for them to annex. So at this point, I could buy more microcharges. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to try to see, even with 0 turns left, if I can microcharge my way into completing this city request. Because that would give me another draft charge, which would be really nice to have. So if I bought this, it would add food for adjacent critters or fish. I don't have a lot of critters and fish in this area, so that doesn't really help. If I bought the... I would say the Taiga... microcharges might be the best? Yeah. So I'm going to buy the Taiga's microcharges again. So I gained the Centipede, which boosts science. And I can add that to the stone over here. I have the stag beetle for gold, but that's not helpful because I don't need to raise wealth for Botanist Town. We have krill, can only be placed in the oceans. That doesn't help at all because there's no oceans here. And then the woolly moth caterpillar, which raises food, science, and gold. And I can put that on the jungle fowl. That's the highest yield that I could place it on. That doesn't already have a microcharge slot filled. So unfortunately, I didn't get good random microcharges that would be beneficial for a rainforest. I got one that helps minerals, but doesn't help Fernberg in this case. Not necessarily. Actually, there's a chance that it could help Fernberg in that if added wealth increases... Ooh, you know what? I take it back. They might form a trade route, which could benefit me. So let's place that on the iron here and see if Fernberg establishes a trade route to help with its population or technology. So that added wealth then goes back to the town and should create a trade route with a neighbor and import something that might benefit their population. So then this trade route is going west to Lushwood Stables, and they will either import furniture, fur vests, or primitive tools. And there's already a trade route imported from Fernberg from Lushwood Stables, which adds 3 pop. They import fried chicken from Fernberg. All right, and then the last microcharge here I have is for the ocean, and there's absolutely no way I can use that to benefit Fernberg, because Fernberg isn't anywhere close to the ocean, so I'm just going to benefit Ash Pine's Haven over here by boosting the sea anemone even further. It's possible boosting the sea anemone will increase trade routes as well over yonder. So what trade route did we get? We got fur vests, which is adding a little bit of wealth. Unfortunately, it was wealth and not pop and tech, but yep, that is the final move that I can make. So we came really close, but not all the way there. Tantalizingly close. Buying an extra draft wouldn't really help me, and then forcing an expansion wouldn't really help me either, because there's nothing in these tiles to expand to. Because if you take a look at Fernberg, they can't go any further east because they're already butted up against a neighbor. So if I bought an expansion charge, they could only go this way, but because these 2 tiles are empty, it wouldn't really help me at all. So let's continue to the next era. We 3-start it. I gained 2 rerolls. I gained extra prosperity from diversity. And then we have the next era. So Calm would be choice number 1, which is the easy one. Castles and Knights I've already done. That would be choice number 2. The Damned Plague would be choice number 3, which I have not done yet. And that is unlocked because I have at least 1 city with 12 technology. And the steps in this is that the inventor has 20 tech, and the planet has 20 people. The inventor has 25, planet has 30, and then 175 prosperity total. We also have the Revolution, which I have not yet done, which is food-based, where the diplomat needs a food of up to 30. So those are the 4. So if you want something new, it would be 1, 3, or 4. 1 being the easy one, Damn Plague and Revolution both being challenging. Probably the hardest for me would be Revolution, because I haven't been focusing on food, and Taiga is particularly bad at food. So Damn Plague, which is option number 3, would be the most reasonable one. All right, and that looks to be done. So second era, Damned Plague. So now I can, I have 6 upgrade charges because I've been fulfilling those requests pretty regularly. We also have inspirations for all 3 regions. So the first region is Lushwood Stables, which has the evil hideout for the plague. I would need Toxic Bioticum to boost the evil hideout. So basically, I need a toxic plant of some sort, which means it might be worth buying a draft charge. So I'm going to do that right now. And this place almost borders the rainforest and almost borders the ocean, but it's closer to rainforest, so I'm going to do rainforest. And is there any toxic plants here? I don't think there are. There are not. I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, nope, I don't have, never mind. Alright, I'll go with Scarlet Macaw. It's not what I wanted. Alright. So let's pick the inspirations, then. Inspiration number 1, I've 5-6 maxed out, which is the alchemy hut. Inspiration number 2 is the woodworker. I have 1/6. And inspiration number 3, I have maxed out as a weaponsmith. So this would be up to 200 science. The weaponsmith would be up to 215, and I've already maxed the weaponsmith at 215. There we go. That's going to be a hell of a lot of science incoming. All right. Next inspiration. Fernburn. So this is the botanist inspiration. So the first one, I have 5-6 maxed out for the wood workshop for a potential 300 science. The mill, I have 7/8 maxed out for 180 food. Coral divers, I have 0 progress. And Great Garden, I have 6/8 maxed out. And it would also give me a micro charge. And it's for mystery. The Great Garden, I will thumb on the scale. It's a little bit more unique than the other ones. Because the other ones are pretty typical of just like, you need trees, you need plants. This is, I need like distinct mystery plants. And we're going to go with that. That should be fun. And that actually might get the botanist town up to its needed, yeah, it already just fulfilled the request immediately. Awesome. That gives us another draft. And actually, it just finished the entire era. I haven't even started yet, and I'm done. That's disgusting. And then the last inspiration over here, Ash Pines. The Cake Baker, 0 out of 6 progress. The Statue, 5 out of 5. The Tavern, 2 out of 6. And the Animal Breeder, 0 out of 4. So the Statue's already done if you want to do Statue. Otherwise, I would need to start working towards the progress. No. Statue it is. So I don't have the third arrows unlocked yet, so I wouldn't be able to show you. But I think what I'm going to do is end the damned play, because there's nothing I've already finished, so that I can work towards demonstrating a modern era. So we'll just end early. In fact, no, I can't buy anything. So yeah, we'll just end early. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, we just min-maxed everything too hard. The evil scientist achieved success. The forbidden formula is poisoning the people. Idiots drank the Kool-Aid. So we maxed out Iron Age, maxed out Damn Plague. And our prosperity score was rather high. Not 240 like it was before, but still pretty good. So I'm going to unpack all these really quickly so that I can potentially get up to a modern age run, making all the choices for myself for the sake of speed and the remaining time in the stream. So I'm going to unpack all. So we got Red Sea Whip, Fennec Foxes, looks to be turnips. Is that turnips? No, sugar beets. Sugar beets, gypsum, octopus, and white birch, with a whole bunch of other things. So we got tons and tons of rewards there. Alright, we unlocked terraforming. We unlocked nomad charges and expansion charges. Expansion charges and terraforming are huge bonuses. Unfortunately, we don't have third era. I didn't actually get third era. Didn't get far enough. Thank you for tuning in to Reus 2, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 6th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow giants.